I used to spend hours every single day making Instagram reels, and now I just type one single sentence into Claude Code and it automatically researches topics, generates scripts, generates an AI avatar to say the script, finds B-roll, edits the video, adds on captions, and automatically posts it on Instagram for me. I'm gonna walk you through my exact setup today so that you can replicate the entire system on your end. Now let me show you one of the videos that Claude Code created for me, and all I said was make a video about the whole Iran situation right now and how it affects the AI space, and this is what it came up with.
The war in Iran just split the AI industry in half. The Pentagon used Anthropic's Claude to identify targets in US strikes on Iran. When Dario Amodei refused to remove safety limits, Trump banned Anthropic from every federal agency. Hours later, Sam Altman swooped in, signing OpenAI's own Pentagon deal. Then a missile hit an AWS data center in the UAE, taking down Claude and ChatGPT worldwide. One war just exposed the biggest question in AI: who actually controls these systems? Governments or the companies that built them?
Now, as I said, the input for this video was a single sentence from me, and what it ended up doing is it created the entire avatar, added captions throughout the video, and it collected real B-roll from Wikipedia and other sources to actually get this video to have accurate B-roll and be a suitable video for Instagram Reels. Now, this is by no means perfect, but this is an incredibly hard task to tackle. I'm going to walk you through exactly what the system is so that you can plug and play this version that I have right now. But make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to be updated on the future versions that I've built, because this has taken me about 10 days to get to this spot while working on a ton of other things as well at the same time. So I'll leave it to your imagination how far along I can be in a month from now. Now, with that being said, everything here is done inside of Claude Code, and I have a specific Reels folder here for OmniFusion AI Reels, where we have all of the configuration, a skill for the specific thing, and an entire pipeline for Claude Code to walk through whenever I give it a video idea. Now, this may sound simple, but I've broken it down into a complex system, and I'm going to give you guys a free resource so that you can actually set it up yourself. But this includes 3 separate AI models, 6 autonomous agents that work together, and it checks for quality at every single step along the way. Now, let's walk through what it actually takes to make a video inside of Claude Code. Now, we have the pre-pipeline where we actually need to write the script, which is about 100 words, and it needs to be fast-paced. I've trained it specifically to be able to write high-performing scripts for Instagram Reels, and all of this happens along with the research process where it actually finds the information that we're going to be presenting inside of the reel. Now, once we've written the script, we generate an AI avatar using HeyGen in 4K resolution, and we make sure that everything is lip-synced and lines up entirely. By the way, none of this is done by myself. This is all done by Claude Code. Now, once we have the AI avatar, we speed it up with 1.1x speed using FFmpeg pitch preserve so that we don't pitch up the voice while speeding it up, but speeding it up by 1.1x just makes it feel much more natural because by default, the HeyGen avatars are a little bit slow. We then transcribe the entire video using the whisper, and we have timestamps so that we know exactly when which word is being said. This is going to be incredibly helpful for the captions later on. Now let's walk through the 6-stage pipeline that it actually walks through. Now, once we have the script and we have the HeyGen avatar, the first thing we're going to need is assets for our B-roll creation. Now, for this, we use screenshots from tools, websites, logos, etc. We use video that we source from Reddit, YouTube, and other platforms, and we score each of those clips by having Claude Code look at the clip and decide how good of a fit this clip is to actually put it in the video. Now, if it passes the quality gate and everything looks good here and there's no revisions, if there are revisions, it will pass back, but if it passes, it will move on to the storyboard agent. Now, the storyboard agent actually plans out 10 to 15 segments in the video using the captions and the timestamps to match suitable B-roll to each one of those sections. That is why in the video I showed you, when we mention Trump, it shows Trump. When we mention Sam Altman, it shows Sam Altman. When we mention Claude and OpenAI, it shows those logos. That is all done by the storyboard agent because the storyboard agent decides which clip to show when. If everything passes here and the quality checks pass, we move in to fill the visual gaps. Now, there's certain parts of a video where there's just no real footage that you can use for it. So we supplement this with Wikipedia for pictures of people. So when Trump is shown, Sam Altman is shown, etc., we actually go to Wikipedia, get their headshot, and then use that in the video. And we supplement it with VO 3.1 AI-generated clips. Now, when you look at this clip right here on screen, or even this building right here, this is all generated by AI to fill in these gaps inside of the video. Now, once we've filled in the visual gaps, we move on to the assembly agent. Now, this is a 7-point validation plus a JSON config, which assembles everything together so that we have everything in one place and we're ready to actually create the video. From the assembly agent, we move on to the remotion render. Now, remotion is a specific skill that you can use, which is great for video editing, product demos, things like that. And we use the remotion render to generate the split screen, put the HeyGen avatar at the bottom, put the B-roll at the top, and the split screen format for this is 1080 times 1920, which is the exact format for Instagram Reels, and we render it at 25 frames per second. Now, once Remotion has rendered the video based on all the assets that we've collected previously, we then move into the review agent. Now, the review agent, because Claude Code can actually watch the video, what the review agent does is it extracts the entire video frame by frame. So it collects 50 to 100 frames from a 30-second video and looks frame by frame to see if the B-roll makes sense to what is being said in the video. If anything is wrong here, the fix loop routes it back to stage 2, where the storyboard agent revisits it based on the review agent's feedback, and the entire cycle restarts from the beginning. Now, the result, once the review agent passes the output, is a finished Instagram Reel, maximum 45 seconds, that already has captions added in. Now, you can change the 45-second requirement to whatever your use case is, but the output in this case is a split screen output. The top half is dynamic B-roll. We then have the captions in the middle, which in this case have a purple gradient, as you can see right here, but this can be adjusted to your needs. Just tell Claude Code to adjust it. And the bottom half is an AI avatar generated by HeyGen. Now, there's different formats that I'm working on, such as having a raw video in the middle and then having black bars on the top and the bottom, and then simply adding in different text variations. And there's other video formats that I'm looking to implement where the HeyGen avatar is full screen and B-roll gets blended over it. Now, the tech stack that you're going to be needing for this is HeyGen and Whisper. Whisper for the transcriptions, HeyGen for generating the video, Remotion and FFmpeg to speed up the video, Remotion to actually edit it. Claude is what we're using Claude Code for. So Claude Code is actually going to make all the decisions, all the smart logic inside of this pipeline. VO 3.1 to generate those AI generated clips, Wikipedia to source images, and Playwright is actually a tool that it uses in the asset generation. When it curates the assets, it's able to use Playwright to open up a browser on my device, go to a specific website, and scroll through it to get any footage of anything that it needs, such as website screenshots or similar things. Now, what this looks like in practice inside of Claude Code is that I simply say create reel, and then I give it an idea. In this case, Claude Code is superior to ChatGPT. I always have bypass permissions on, so we call this YOLO mode, so that it doesn't ask me for permission throughout the process, and it can just finish the task. So I can start this task, go for lunch, come back, and the video is completed. I can also have it run multiple at the same time, but I would simply hit enter, and it's going to start cooking that up and actually generating the entire Instagram reel. As you can see, if I open up the out folder on the left-hand side, you can see all these different versions of videos that I've made, including the one that I showed you with the Iran AI angle, but also a ton of other videos that I've made so that you can see this is not just a one-time off thing. This is actually an end-to-end video generation pipeline. So he's now walking through the entire process and he's going through everything to understand what needs to happen, and he's going to start generating the reel. Now, I've made it incredibly easy for you to replicate this, so if you're already using Claude Code, I'm going to put a free resource down below in the description, which is going to be an MD file. Simply download this MD file, put it into your Claude Code, and tell it to build the entire pipeline for the reel generation that's explained in this MD file, and it's going to walk through the steps with you. It's going to ask you for any input it needs from your side, and you can tell it if you want any of the elements to be different to mine, such as, for example, the color of the captions or different segments. As you can see, the Claude Code is still cooking along. It's writing the entire script. It has the full script already mapped out. It fits under 45 seconds. It's now generating the HeyGen avatar, and it's going to walk through that entire process. As you can see, it's now finished generating the HeyGen avatar. It generated it, and it's now going to speed it up 1.1x and transcribe the entire video with Whisper. The avatar is now ready, and it's going to initialize the pipeline to start creating the assets and generate the entire video. As you can see, he's smart with it too. He's saying pipeline initialized. Now let me run the asset curator. Since this is about Claude Code, a terminal tool, I'll search for relevant B-roll. So it's not going to go to the website to get anything because it's not a web tool. Instead, it's going to look for B-roll from different sources to actually find stuff from YouTube. As you can see in this case, it's now completed the asset curation. It's approved 9 of them. It has 3 YouTube clips, 4 screenshots, and 1 logo. It rejected a couple because they're too dark. And it's now asking me if I approve this manifest because I've currently trained it up to ask for approval. You can take out those approval gates. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes, and it's going to continue with the process. It's now invoked the storyboard agent, which is going to map everything out nicely, and then it's going to move on to rendering. As you can see, the storyboard is now ready. It has all the segments mapped out. It has the speech, and it has which asset we want to use for this specific part of the video. I'm now going to go ahead and approve this storyboard. It's now going to run the VO agent to get some AI clips. It's now generated all of the VO clips and approved them. It's now going to assemble and render the entire video. So it's now gone through the entire process. It's reviewed and rendered the video, and the final reel is rendered right here. And with that being said, I hope you found some value from this video. Have fun with this Instagram AI reel machine, and please leave a like, comment any questions down below, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see updated versions of what I'm building here in the future and all other use cases around Claude Code and how to make more money on Instagram.